It's pretty amazing inside how well this tuner is built. It's got direct drive gears instead of belts, big coils, huge capacitors, about 3/4 the length of the box. And this is your meter, and this is for a 9-volt battery if you don't want to use the plug in the back or a wall wart. And there's your balloon, and there's your bridge and electronics and your switch. So it's beautifully built. Nice construction, should last forever. So one of the things I look at is how a unit is built. And in this case, the screws that close the case are not only the screw, which is painted black to match the case, but it's got a black washer, so that screwing the screw into the case, you don't scrape the paint off around the hole. That's just an added extra. And there's a lot of screws on this case. This case actually has 12 screws to hold it in place so it doesn't deform. It's a very solid case. All the screws have those washers. That's a nice feature. So there's so many features on this ATR-30 antenna tuner to make it superior. For example, your transmit and antenna controls, instead of being direct drives, is a gear drive. Look at that. Look how you can just easily find your tune point. That's pretty amazing. A MFJ Versatuner 5, its controls are direct drive. And it's easy to tune it, but not as easy as on the ART-30, which are gear drived or veneer drive. These are direct drive. Still a great tuner, but it doesn't have that feature. On the panel, you've got a high and low power switch, peak average for your meter, and your light switch. And of course, all your different antenna positions here. You've got direct drive 3, a direct coax 3. I use this one for a dummy load. I've got a 1 kW watt meter dummy load hooked to or connect to the coax 3. And then of course, this is gear drive. Really smooth and fun to play with. Operating about 40 watts, something like that. So let's look at the tuner and see what it does. So right now, she's pretty close to being tuned. I just have to turn this a little bit and notice the reflected is coming down. Look at that. I can fine tune it with these great veneer knobs, but it's pretty much there. And you can see my output is about 40 watts. So we're going to try it at the low end of 7 megahertz, 40 meters, CW band. And we'll put some power on. As you can see, the meter jumped up. Let's see if we can tune it. Look at that, right down to the bottom. Wow. You can fine tune it with these knobs, but it's pretty much there. Look at that. And it's showing again just under 50 watts. SWR pretty much 1-to-1. So it does have a high-low button. And this is for reading full power, so it shows it about 50 watts on that scale. And then you've got a peak reading, and if you turn off the power, let her settle down. So you could set up your tuner with various antennas, and what I have is in my coax 1 position, I'm using the tuner. This is a straight through if you don't want to use the tuner. And this coax 2 I have a dummy load hooked to, so let's take a look. So if I fire up some power, I'm on the dummy load now, and you can see I'm running just about 40, a little under 40 watts on this dummy load watt meter system, and it shows just about the same here. Pretty accurate. It's amazingly accurate, this meter. So there you go. There's your ATR-30 3kw roller induction antenna tuner. Fantastic. WB6JLA signing off.